Good morning, everyone. My name is Sebastiano, and I'm a student on this course. I'm 26 years old. I'm currently living in Milan, and I'm currently studying my specialization in music and arts journalism. Now, a little bit about me musically wise. I grew up very heavily influenced by my father's musical tastes. So my father used to listen to a lot of Mozart, Johann Sebastian Bach, a lot of classical authors, and a lot of Italian songwriters of the time that I have explained over the course of the course in many discussion prompts. Fundamentally, I grew up very heavily influenced by this kind of music. Until at around maybe 11 years old, I started getting into rap and into hip hop, which I thought was a lot closer to my personal sense of identity and expressing my identity in terms of the struggle, also economic struggles, various personal problems, and I found myself a lot closer to that type of music. When I moved to middle school, it turned from a personal identity more than it turned into a group identity. Seeing as me and my close friends always used to listen to rap, we identified with the hip-hop movement, going back from the present. So again, a personal identity to a more group identity as the years went on. In terms of cultural, interesting discussion that we had in the lecture. I don't think I agree completely with Bourdieu for a pure simple fact that I think that back in the day, so we're talking about maybe the later days or Victorian times, or we go back to the 16th century, 15th century, social class and stratification were a lot more apparent, they were a lot more present, and there was a much bigger divide, or at least there was a much more visible divide between that social class and that social class. Nowadays I can't completely agree with Bourdieu's concept, because I do think that through the digitalization of music, with the factor that we can access music from anywhere, the higher class can listen to hip-hop even though it's not their kind of, they don't identify with that kind of music. The lower class could listen to Johann Sebastian Bach. Again, this depends solely on your type of personal identity, what kind of culture capital you have, because that doesn't mean necessarily because someone is from a lower class, they don't have the intelligence to understand a great piece of music like Johann Sebastian Bach. And this doesn't mean that someone from the higher class doesn't have the integrity or doesn't have the intelligence to understand something that was written in a hip-hop ambience. So that is kind of my belief at the moment. Also because I am a person who has a lot of different musical genres. I like listening to a lot of things. I like listening to the Italian songwriter with the guitar and the classic music. I like to listen to hip-hop. I like to listen to deep house. And each of them will individually affect my mood or get me ready for something. For example, if I know I'm going dancing, I will probably listen to some deep house. If I have to play a rugby match or I have to do something, I need determination, I will probably listen to hip-hop. If I just want to sit there, ponder and think upon my future, think upon my current situations, I will probably put on some Italian songwriters or international songwriters. Yeah, and that's more or less it.